Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the California virtual Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk celebrations. I'm Jamie Burse, CEO at Zero the End of Prostate Cancer, and I'm joined today by Vanessa Petersen, who is our Director of National Chapters, and Andrea Sweet, our Southern California Chapter Director. And our hearts and our thoughts go out to everyone in California, Oregon, and Washington who have been impacted by the recent devastating wildfires. I'm out here on the East Coast, and I can't imagine what all of you are going through with the fear of having to evacuate every moment. To waking up every day, living in a yellow haze and clouds of smoke surrounding you.
Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, I'm here in Southern California as well, in the Los Angeles area. And for weeks, it's been pretty bad, but we are definitely thinking of all of our West Coast champions and supporters and all those who live in the area impacted greatly by the fires. The virtual celebrations you'll see today were taped prior to all of these devastating events. So some of the landscapes shown may look a little bit different than they do today. And we're so grateful to everyone who is getting active and taking action for prostate cancer. But please, if you do plan to run or walk outside as part of your personal celebration, we of course ask you to be careful, check your local air quality for safety, for exercise, and of course to wear a mask.
So wherever you are, we hope that you're still able to support the many men and their families near you who have been impacted by prostate cancer and the effects of COVID-19. We really think that you'll be touched by the many stories they have shared with us today.
And we care about you, and we know that prostate cancer doesn't stop no matter what's going on in the world. And we're incredibly grateful to all of you for tuning in and supporting men and their families when they need you most. Stay zero strong.
And stay safe during these unprecedented times.
Patients, caregivers, families, and fundraisers have come together for one common purpose: to stand with the brave men battling prostate cancer during these unprecedented times. Together, we are survivors. Together, we support prostate cancer patients during COVID-19. And together, we are Zero Strong. Please join us for the Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk celebration, coming to you virtually from Southern California.
Hello everyone, I'm Lisa Ford and I'm so excited to be with you today. I'm the race director for Zero's Coachella Valley Run Walk.
And I'm Leonard Zasoski, race director for Zero's Bakersfield Run Walk. This is a true first for all of our races in California.
It sure is. And I'm Andrea Sweet. I'm your Southern California chapter director here in LA. And this is definitely the first time we've ever brought in our Southern California races together virtually.
It was also the first time we've ever joined forces like this to bring all 4 races together. I'm Rhonda Gilmore, the race director for San Diego Run Walk.
Before we tell you about the amazing people you're going to meet today, I want to thank our host partners, Colombo Construction, Halo Diagnostics, and Genesis Healthcare Partners.
Today is about all of us, all of you, coming together and being Zero Strong. Coming up in just a few minutes, I'll take you to Halo Diagnostics in the Coachella Valley Innovation Center, where they're laser focused on prostate cancer research, diagnostics, and therapy.
And you know his face and probably his story too. He's a Zero champion through and through. I've got a one-on-one that you don't want to miss with prostate cancer survivor and 50-time marathon runner, Randy Cam.
Plus, what does it mean to be bold for blue? Well, San Diego team Kaiser Heroes is with us today to talk about fundraising and the importance of supporting your community during COVID-19.
And here in LA, we've got filmmaker Londi Maduro, who's going to head a roundtable of discussion on an extremely important topic: prostate cancer and our African American men. So as you can see, we've got a jam-packed show for you.
But before we get to all of that, here's a word from our premier partner, AbbVie.
We are so excited to be here to represent AbbVie. All of us at AbbVie realize it's such a great honor to be a premier partner of Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk series.
It's truly important for us to be a part of this series to help men battling prostate cancer and fight for an end to this disease.
We are here today to support the survivors, caregivers, friends, and family members here today and across the series.
Special thanks to Genesis Healthcare Partners and Halo Diagnostics for dedicating all their time and efforts to help prostate cancer as well. We are Zero Strong.
Hello everyone. Welcome to our first ever virtual Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk Southern California celebration. I'm Dr. John Feller, Chief Medical Officer at Halo Diagnostics. In my previous career, I was a major in the U.S. Air Force, serving as the Chief of MRI at David Grant USAF Medical Center. I'd like to introduce this year's mission speaker, Mike Crosby. Mike is a prostate cancer survivor, graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy, and former Navy commander and pilot. Thank you for joining us all the way from beautiful San Diego.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Dr. Feller, for the introduction. It's very kind of you. And I do want to reiterate that we're all here for a common goal, and that's to raise awareness and educate men about prostate cancer.
Mike, your story is so inspiring for men battling prostate cancer. Can you share your journey both inside the VA system and now outside with Halo?
My journey actually began in 2015. I was being cared for at I transferred my care from active duty to the Phoenix VA. But I was lucky enough that I had family members actually that were in the radiation oncology business. And when I called after my issues came up, which was a high PSA at about 14, they immediately arranged for me to go outside and get a biopsy. The Phoenix VA was telling me to just wait 6 months and it'd be okay. Well, my PSA was at 14. It wasn't time to wait any longer. And my PSA eventually took me to the biopsy, and the biopsy showed that I had cancer.
We know that veterans have a higher risk of prostate cancer diagnosis. What can you tell us about the amazing work that's being done in the Coachella Valley for veteran health care and any work that's being done with Zero's Veterans Initiative?
Yes, it is true. Veterans are showing up with a higher risk of prostate cancer. Inside the VA, there's about 8 or 9 million vets that are receiving care. It's the largest integrated healthcare system in the world right now. 489,000 vets are dealing with prostate cancer today inside the VA. And we're seeing about 13 to 14,000 new cases every year. We've been advocating Congress and pushing for a prostate cancer clinical pathway. And it looks like we've got some traction. Congressman Neil Dunn is pushing that right now. So we encourage you that's one of the things that we're asking all of you viewing this to do, is to reach out to your local congressman, as you do. Most vets know how to get in touch with those guys and let them know that that legislation needs to be passed.
Thank you again for joining us and sharing your story, Mike. We appreciate everything you're doing in the Coachella Valley community for our veterans, and welcoming our viewers to check out the exhibit hall online for more information about Halo Diagnostics and our veteran initiatives through the Community Care Network.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk Southern California celebration. I'm Bernadette Greenwood, Chief Research Officer at Halo Diagnostics, and I have oversight of our prostate program at Halo, with day-to-day operational oversight at our Coachella Valley Innovation Center, where we are laser focused on prostate cancer research, diagnostics, and treatment. I'm a veteran, a proud veteran, and recipient of the Army Women's Leadership Foundation Legacy Graduate Scholarship, and I'm very proud to serve our veterans here in Coachella Valley under the medical director of John Feller. Prostate cancer is a leading cause of cancer death for men. In the United States alone, 2.9 million men live with prostate cancer, and there are about 190,000 new cases each year and 33,000 deaths. 1 in 9 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, and 1 in 5 veterans, according to reports received from Zero. Halo Diagnostics' mission is to change these odds with our groundbreaking diagnostic and treatment options and help more men survive and live fulfilling lives. Risk factors for prostate cancer include ethnicity and family history. There are screening tests like PSA that can be done, and now the American Urological Association has said in their policy statement from October 2019 that MRI should be performed before biopsy is ever performed. So a targeted biopsy will yield a more meaningful diagnosis and better tissue genomics. If you have personal risk for prostate cancer or an elevated PSA, please come see us. Access to Halo Diagnostics is simple. Have your doctor write an order for your next exam at one of our Halo centers. Contact scheduling at 760-694-9559. Thank you for joining us today, and please be sure to visit the exhibit hall where you'll find more information about our prostate program right here in the Desert Cities.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pedram Ilbeigi. I represent the Urologic Institute of the Desert, formerly known as Valley Urology. We have been sponsoring the Zero Walk Prostate Cancer Awareness Month for the last 2 years. This is our second year running. We're proud to be the sponsor, the main event sponsor for this organization, Zero Walk. As you may be aware, prostate cancer is the #1 diagnosed cancer in men. We have teamed up with Halo Diagnostics and our own organization, Urologic Institute, to not only promote this important issue, but prostate cancer is a preventable disease. Yet, in this country, it is still the second leading cause of death in the United States. And why is that? Prostate cancer, even though we have screening tools for them, oftentimes men ignore themselves. They may not go to the doctor. They may go to the doctor, get the basic evaluation, and yet they may ignore some of these signs. Again, as long as prostate cancer is diagnosed early enough, it is a curable problem, and that's an important distinction. So how can we increase awareness? Well, you can increase awareness by getting involved, getting active, getting social. This whole thing is to raise awareness about our men in Coachella Valley and the need and the necessity of them to go get tested to see if they have any of the risk features for possibly prostate cancer. And if so, we will make sure that we provide you with all the resources from diagnosis all the way to the end of treatment. We have lots of resources for those that may not be insured, for those that may be underinsured. Rest assured, we have plenty of resources for you to be able to address this issue if it is a problem. So money should not be a determining factor. Insurance should not be a determining factor. Your understanding, your awareness is the only determining factor.
I want to give a huge thank you to Dr. Pedram Ilbeigi and the team at Valley Urology Medical Group for being our presenting sponsor once again this year. I'm here with the Coachella Valley Committee and this year's Bold for Blue recipients.
Our committee is Zero Strong again this year. We've all come back on board to once again support the fight to end prostate cancer.
Our committee includes medical professionals, community members, survivors, and veterans.
Our efforts have helped support 254 men in California alone,
with over $23,000 given to local community grants for testing, research, education, and support.
Last year, 12 pints of blood were donated during our local live stream blood drive, and we hope to beat that number this year.
Thank you all again for joining us today in Coachella Valley. We are thankful for the continued support from our sponsors, the participants, and the entire community. We are Zero Strong Coachella Valley! From one desert to another. Leonard, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. My name is Leonard Zasoski, Zero's race director for Bakersfield. It is my pleasure to be here with Zero champion Randy Cam, who is also a 155-time marathon runner. Yes, I said that right. How are you, Randy?
Hi, I'm doing pretty well.
Randy, when did we first meet, and what makes you do all of those races?
I met my prostate cancer brother, Leonard, at the 2018 inaugural Bakersfield 05K event. He was a race director. I was diagnosed with stage 4 inoperable prostate cancer and did the 2016 LA 5K event and became fast friends with Vanessa from Zero and the wonderfully supportive Zero organization. When I learned that a Bakersfield event was happening, I knew I had to see if I could get my patients to go down and walk, run, and support me and men with prostate cancer. After my diagnosis in January 2015, I had already registered for the Surf City Marathon on Super Bowl Sunday in Huntington Beach. That was the very first time I sported a back bib, and it said, advanced prostate cancer, chemo starts next week, guys get checked. I managed to complete 6 marathons that year, and in May 2015, I did the Orange County Marathon 3 days after about my 4th chemo session, and ended up with 15 sessions. As my oncologist, Dr. Vora, he saved my life by going above and beyond the research. He said to me, I'll give you more chemos until you tell me to stop, or the numbers plateau. I had 9 more over the 6th protocol, and my last session 4 days after I went home to Hawaii and did the Honolulu Marathon. I've finished over 30 marathons post-prostate cancer diagnosis, and I always wear a back bib to generate awareness for men to get health screening, especially prostate cancer, for men over 50 or at 40 if there's history of breast or prostate cancer in the family. I love the vibe at the Zero 5K events pre-COVID-19, when there'll be a pre-5K warm-up, a presentation of Zero's Heroes hats to the prostate cancer survivors. We would gather them all together for a group picture of us all still here, still fighting the good fight. Last year, my brother-in-law, Brad, prostate out 7 years ago, and I flew to New York City. We did that Zero 5K event. My daughter and her fiance joined us. He finished first of the survivors, and I managed third. Even though I have low testosterone, 14, from the resultant side effects from the hormone therapy, low hemoglobin, anemia, muscle loss, fat gain, depression, and trouble moving air. I've done 3 LA Zero 5Ks, both Bakersfield and an NYC. In this crazy Corona world, I did the virtual DC event with Team Nicotuck, and with all the Zero events going virtual, I'm going to host a personal, peaceful 5K gathering on September 19th at 10 a.m. at my local high school track. We're going to bring awareness to the tragic deaths of men to prostate cancer.
Randy, I can't thank you enough for sharing your inspiring story and always being so strong. I guess we only have one last thing to say to everyone watching us today. Fight on and stay Zero strong.
Zero strong.
TJ Calvert, urologist here at Adventist Health.
And so tell me a little bit about what Adventist Health is doing, specifically Adventist Health Bakersfield, to kind of elevate the game when it comes to the treatment of patients with prostate cancer.
So we like to screen men for prostate cancer. Men are supposed to be screened for prostate cancer ages 55 to 69. We have a lot of different screening methods. There's a lot of different new technology out there with urine studies, PSA checks, information sessions, clinical exams. And we encourage all men to come in and do that. There's a lot of new treatment strategies out there. We try to keep up to date with all of them and try to give you all the best, newest information.
What do you think about Zero Prostate Cancer and their work to kind of do support groups and outreach for men and encourage them to get that care?
I love it. It's important for men to have outreach groups, to hear other men that have the same symptoms and for be able to do question and answer with them and hear about the disease. It's a very important group to be with because the prostate cancer is so common in men.
Is it hard to get men to take care of themselves like they're supposed to?
Sometimes, yes, it is. Especially if they come and they hear they have to get a digital rectal exam or a prostate biopsy. It's things that men are not excited about or want to come in and do, but it is very important for their overall health to be screened for prostate cancer.
And really quickly, what would you say to men who are, especially in this time of pandemic where people are not coming to seek care, what should they be doing? They should still be getting care?
Yes, they should still be getting care. Prostate cancer is usually a slow-growing disease, but we do not want to miss diagnosis. You want to get diagnosed, treated, and early compared to late for prostate cancer.
Thank you for your support each year. We have a strong community here in Bakersfield and look forward to seeing you again next year. Up next, we're going to take you down to LA for an insightful interview on prostate cancer awareness in the African American community. Fight on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our SoCal celebration. My name is Londi Maduro, and I am the writer and director of a documentary called The Silent Killer, Prostate Cancer in the African American Community. And I am also a Zero champion. So I am here today with Demetrius Key, a United States Air Force veteran and also Zero champion, Dr. Stanley Frencher, Director of Surgical Outcomes and Quality at the Martin Luther King Jr. Hospital. That is a mouthful, Dr. Frencher. I got it all right, though. I'm proud of you.
Good job.
And Ben McLaurin, prostate cancer survivor. So thank you, gentlemen, so much for being here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Good to be here. Yeah, it's our pleasure.
You know, we've learned that veterans are also high at risk, and you're an African-American male. So clearly, it seems like advocacy is very important to you. What does it mean to you, though, to specifically going out into the African-American community and advocating and educating about prostate cancer?
To see, how it really affected African-American men, and that, it's 1 in 6, that was something that I kind of took it upon myself, like, all right, this is part of my calling. Like I've always been a helper. I've always liked to teach people. I've always been into health and wellness. And the fact that me being in that space had no idea that it was so prevalent in the African-American community let me know that there's a lot more people that don't. I had to be that voice. And so the funny thing is a lot of people who don't really know me that well think that I have prostate cancer because I am so involved. But yeah, like it's just a mission that I have to get the word out, because that's really what it's all about, awareness.
And kudos to you for doing that when it's not really, I mean, yes, you're out there advocating also for your father, but also the fact that, you don't have it and you're a relatively young man because it's hard to get younger men to even come. Most of the time when we go out and do the community outreach stuff, we're preaching to the choir. If there are younger men there, they're ones that already had prostate cancer and now they're aware, but it's hard to get, younger men under 40 or, men under 50 really, to come to any kind of prostate cancer awareness functions. So I really, appreciate you being out there. Dr. Frencher, let's kind of turn it over to you. We both agree that prostate cancer is a silent killer in our community, and African-American men are particularly more at risk. But they're the ones who are missing out on care because it's a taboo subject, as we know, and because of historical things that have happened in our community when it comes to research and treatment. So what would you say is a message that you would like to share with African American men, specifically like in the LA area as a urologist?
Yeah, I think fundamentally where it has to start for all of us, as you well know, Londi, is that we have to start talking about it, right? I think that, most of us don't know our own family history. Many of us don't share about our own personal medical history. And then we don't necessarily educate ourselves about health in general, right? So I think those are kind of the things that we have to start first with. They have to understand what our risk is, and that, for Black men, it's 2.5 times the likelihood of dying from prostate cancer, 1.5 times or 1.8 times the likelihood of getting it when compared to white men. So it's a disease that ultimately affects us more than others, for which we're not talking about it as much as others, which further exacerbates kind of the situation that we see in terms of it impacting our community. And, for those out there who are seeking help, understand that, there's physicians and urologists and folks out there who want to help.
Right, and that there are organizations like Zero who can help answer questions. If you're nervous about going to a doctor, you can reach out to Zero. They definitely will help you. They have great advocates who are more than willing to tell their story, share their stories, and point you in the right direction. So Ben, let's turn it over to you. So as a prostate cancer survivor, you've worked to really change the way you live your life by focusing on self-care. What message would you have for other men who may not be putting their health as a priority, putting them self-care first? What message would you have for them?
I was that guy, I was the guy that thought that I did, because I felt strong, healthy, that I didn't need to go for regular health checks. It just happened that I was working on a study because I work in healthcare that was encouraging men to get their health checked and to know about hypertension and high blood pressure. And I realized, I should just go ahead and do this and go get a physical. And at that physical, I had a DRE, digital rectal exam, and turned out my prostate was swollen. And the future test revealed that I had aggressive prostate cancer. So thankfully, I caught it early, and I'm now cancer-free. And I share that to say that thankfully, because I went in for that routine physical, and that's what I encourage guys to do. Just go get a physical. The earlier you can detect or find out that you may have an issue, the quicker you can start to address it.
And we ultimately often are lone wolves out there, doing our thing, working hard to support our families and to be protectors and providers. But we also have to learn to support each other.
Thank you so much, Londi, Demetrius, Dr. Frencher, and Ben, for joining us today, sharing your stories, and giving us an educational insight to prostate cancer in the African American community. I'm excited to now highlight and introduce a few of our teams here in Los Angeles who have been and continue to be bold for blue. I'd like to start by introducing you to longtime Zero champion, prostate cancer survivor, community advocate, and the best looking man you'll see in a kilt, Scott Moore. Diagnosed in 2013, Scott took the bull by the horns with his diagnosis. Since joining our Zero family, Scott has participated in countless run walks and advocacy events to help us end prostate cancer. He consistently maintains a positive attitude regardless of what his diagnosis throws at him. In 2019, Team Northrop Grumman and the Kilted Warriors Against Cancer was the largest team in Los Angeles with 95 members. You've all done so much over the years, and Scott, we are so proud and thankful of everything you've accomplished. With one of the largest teams here in Los Angeles, Team George Johns is a whirlwind of fun. You may have noticed this team and their neon hats at a few of our events over the past few years. With Los Angeles as their first run walk, Team George Johns has grown over the years and participated in events in Bakersfield and Greensboro, North Carolina as well. As tireless champions of Zero, George and his wife Tina work endlessly to share Zero's mission and are instrumental in helping with our teams each year. Words cannot express how much we love having both of you and your team as part of our Zero family. If you frequent our Los Angeles event, you may have noticed Sherry Galloway a few times. Sherry continues to share her impactful story of her son Jeremy, who was taken from his family at the young age of 36 from advanced prostate cancer. During Jeremy's diagnosis, Sherry connected with Zero and has supported us in countless ways since. As a member of our board of directors since 2010, Sherry is nothing shy of a Zero hero. Team Jeremy has taken over various Zero races around the U.S. and has raised more than $10,000 for the Jeremy Pastor Memorial Research Grant. We are so thankful and grateful for the incredible support and work Sherry and Team Jeremy have done over the years. Thank you all again for letting me share just a piece of your story today. You are all bold for blue, and we appreciate you all more than words can express. Together, we are saving lives.
Hello, everyone. I'm here today in sunny San Diego with Team Kaiser Heroes. Today with me, I have Victor Nunez and Team Captain Steve Collins. Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, good. You know, the team with Kaiser Heroes, it's a very unique bond with you gentlemen. And I was just wondering if you guys each could tell me a little bit more about how you came up with that name, what the name Kaiser Heroes really means, and what makes you come back each year.
First of all, my name is Victor Nunez. I was involved with a Kaiser support group because one of the things that they do is they provide advice to individuals that, just like me at that time, had no clue what was happening. I knew I had cancer and I knew that I was going to die. But when I met up with them, they basically told me, no, you're not dying. You have to be your own advocate. You have to do your own research, and you are the one that is in charge of your future. With all this partnership with other patients, other survivors, our loved ones, and our caregivers, this was all brought together with a Kaiser support group, and that's when we became the Kaiser Heroes. The Kaiser Heroes are the survivors of prostate cancer here in San Diego and with our Kaiser support group.
How about you, Steve?
I was diagnosed in 2015, cancer survivor. My Gleason score 3247, so I wasn't quite as bad, but I had prostate removed along with the whole cancer. Been cancer-free since, no problems with PSA. I joined the Zero Walk. For one thing, I like to walk and move a bit. And I think I joined a year before Kaiser Heroes team joined. I was at the run. I met Dr. Ree, and I guess I convinced him to come to a meeting for the next year to get the rest of the group signed up. So in a way, I guess I kind of helped start them, but I didn't come up with a name. Another member of the group came up with the name Kaiser Heroes. He's thinking, heroes. And some of these persons, Zero's Heroes? No, Kaiser Heroes. Anyway, long story short, we did a walk last year. I think last year was the second year or the first year? No, last year was the second year we did it.
Correct.
Yep, this is your third year.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Stephen and Victor. Thank you for joining me today. We appreciate you taking the time and your support that you give to all your fellow men that are fighting prostate cancer. Up next in our virtual event, you're going to be hearing from Dr. Cohen from Genesis Healthcare Partners, who will be chatting with us about advanced prostate cancer. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Rhonda Gilmore, and I'm with Genesis Healthcare Partners. Today joining me is Dr. Edward Cohen, our president and CEO. Dr. Cohen, can you tell us a little bit today about Genesis Healthcare Partners and how you became involved with Zero?
Sure, Rhonda. Approximately 10 years ago,
a group of urologists and radiation oncologists, independent doctors here in San Diego, came together to form Genesis Healthcare Partners. We wanted to create an entity that would provide a better healthcare solution for the community we live in. In doing so, we created an advanced prostate cancer center to better treat our advanced prostate cancer patients. We've been involved with cancer research through that time period. And when we had the opportunity about 6 years ago to join with the Zero Company program in order to fundraise for prostate cancer research, we took that opportunity because it was close to our hearts and what we have been trying to accomplish since we all came together. It was an opportunity for us to grow, which we have done, and provide funds both nationally for the Zero Foundation and locally for Genesis Healthcare Partners and its further research and education to the community about prostate cancer. So we've been very involved, and we're looking forward to this year, though it'll be a little bit different for everybody, being a virtual race. But I know we're still going to be able to generate the donations that we need and the nation needs to continue prostate cancer research.
Thanks, Dr. Cohen. And always remember that Genesis Healthcare Partners is always zero strong to fight prostate cancer. Good morning. My name is Rhonda Gilmore, and I'm here this morning with Dr. Paul Dowdo, the medical director at the Genesis Healthcare Prostate Cancer Center. Dr. Dowdo, can you tell us a little bit about PCC?
Yes, the Comprehensive Prostate Cancer Center with Genesis Healthcare Partners was established to provide really an integrative method to evaluate and treat our patients, provide them an individualized evaluation and therapeutic options across the entire spectrum of care.
Wonderful. I understand there's a new ultrasound that the PCC is using.
Yes, it's called micro-ultrasound. It's a high-frequency ultrasound. It's only one of two within San Diego, and we believe it provides a higher level of accuracy through higher resolution for evaluation of men who do not have a diagnosis of prostate cancer, but also in men who carry a diagnosis of prostate cancer and are on active surveillance.
Can anybody become, not a member, but can they come to the PCC?
Yes, we're happy to see all patients. There are some insurance restrictions for some patients, but we're happy to help patients work through that. We also provide second opinions for patients who may be on a different insurance plan and would like another view on their issue, on their problem.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Dowdo, for your time today. And everybody, please always remember that Genesis Healthcare Partners Prostate Cancer Center is zero strong to fight prostate cancer.
Hey, Zero Cancer supporters, survivors, caretakers, champions, your favorite country singer and National Run Walk spokesman Jimmy Charles and Charleston and Hank back there giving himself a bang. Man, I know that we're all upset that we're not doing this. Oh, you're right. We're not doing this in person this year, but I promise you we're going to come back stronger than ever next year. And until then, coming at you virtually. One of my absolute favorite thing about the Run Walks has got to be the survivor ceremony, where I get to honor our survivors, everything they've been through. We honor those that we have lost and all the families and all they've had to endure with songs that represent their story. Hi, say hi. Who's that right there? And but this year, you know, hi, say hi to all the survivors out there. We're thinking of you all the time. I'm still spreading that message with everything that I'm doing, whether virtually or getting back to doing some shows these days. So we're still gonna sing for you. We're still gonna honor you. This song here, we're gonna pass them off. Charleston says bye. Pass them off to Mama Miranda. This is where it all began with me, my journey with Zero, the end of prostate cancer, going all across the country. This is a survivor song. It's their story. I wrote it with my buddy Goose Gossett and prostate cancer survivor. And now one of my very, very good friends, Mr. Phil Sholka, helped me write this song. You know, we've been taught since we're little kids, like Charleston, to be superheroes, but the fact is none of us are. And I know we don't like to get checked, and And no, as men, we feel like we need to handle things on our own and not ask for help and embrace the love that's all around us. But none of us are Superman. So if you're a man, I say over 40, make sure you're at least getting your PSA levels checked. Get checked. Know your numbers. And if you are diagnosed, there's a whole lot of love around you. This is your song. Hats off to you, survivors and caretakers. Superman. I'm up every morning, the shape of my life. I'm everything to my 3 kids, a lover to my wife. Still run 5 miles when I get home to pick up at the Y. So why's this doctor telling me should be scared for my life? And I didn't want to come here, swear I'm feeling fine. You say I got cancer, man, I say you lost your mind. It's the hardest thing I'll ever do is swallow my pride. Face the truth, go through hell, feel the fear, praise the Lord that I'm still here. 'Cause I still got more miles here on this road. I'm here to help you all to understand that you can't fight this battle on your own. You ain't Superman. I struggled through the treatment, fought hard through the pain. There were days where I would give up hope and give God all the blame, till I thought of all I had to lose. I saw my family. Then it finally all hit home. This wasn't about me. It's the hardest thing I'll ever do is swallow my pride. Face the truth, through hell, feel the fear. Praise the Lord that I'm still here. 'Cause I still got more miles here on this road. And I'm here to help you all understand that you can't fight this battle on your own. So ain't Superman. To everyone who's had to lose, to every man that wears the blue, every guy that's scared to know, I'll tell you, you are not alone. I'm talking to you right there. Every survivor out there, you are not alone. We are right by your side till you beat this thing. 'Cause it's the hardest thing you'll ever do is swallow your pride. You face the truth, you go through hell, you feel the fear. But if you press on, you'll still be here. 'Cause you still got more miles here on this road, brother. And I hope and I pray that you can understand. Brother, you don't have to fight this battle on your own. 'Cause no one's Superman. All right, Caesar. All right, Mark Smith. Steve Henson. All you survivors out there, I love you. No one's Superman. Yeah, where it all started for me. God bless you guys. Let's hang tight. Let's come back stronger. I can't wait to see you next year. So stay in shape, stay healthy, and know that I love you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andrea Sweet, Southern California Chapter Director. And on behalf of Zero, I want to thank our Southern California host partners, Colombo Construction, Halo Diagnostics, and Genesis Healthcare Partners, as well as our fantastic volunteer planning committees across Southern California. I'd also like to shout out our Coachella Valley presenting sponsors, Valley Urology Medical Group, and Palm Valley Pain Management. And finally, we'd like to show our appreciation to Bakersfield Mayor Karen Go, who is doing a proclamation for prostate cancer, which you can check out in the exhibit hall. Thank you also to our local partners, Amgen, Dendreon, Janssen, and the California Urological Association, who supported all 4 of our Southern California events. Thank you to Northrop Grumman, Progenics, Blue Child Entertainment, Cornerstone Government Affairs for their support in Los Angeles, to Imaging Healthcare Specialist Men's Health, Umpqua Bank, California Protons, and Epsilon, who supported San Diego, and to the Owen Foundation, Desert Oasis Healthcare, State Farm John Ford, Isning Games, News Channel 3, and SR Social Media for their local support to the Coachella Valley event. And shout outs to our national partners, Astellas, Pfizer Oncology, Bayer, Tolmar, FixIncontinence.com, edcure.org, and Space4 Hydrogel. And thank you to AbbVie, our premier partner. Thanks so much to everyone for making today's virtual celebration possible.
Check out our virtual exhibit hall to learn more about our partners. Our partners play a crucial role in the success of the Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk celebration. Their commitment makes direct support for men and their families possible, both in your community and across the U.S.
Recently worked with a patient who unfortunately had been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, also diagnosed with prostate cancer at the same time. He'd been laid off due to the pandemic, had no other income coming in. He pretty much got hit with everything at once, was very overwhelmed. I was able to educate the patient on obtaining unemployment benefits, as well as the extra unemployment benefits that are now going on during the pandemic and offered to people. He was applied for the unemployment benefits and then started receiving a weekly check with the extra benefit during the pandemic, which relieved his financial stress tremendously. So we also discussed some support programs like our Zero Mentor program that we have, as well as some local support programs that his facility offered. These again helped the patient tremendously. He was able to speak with newly diagnosed prostate cancer patients as well as prostate cancer survivors and discuss their experiences. Being able to relieve these unexpected financial burdens for the patient, and again connecting him with peers so he's able to talk with them, really allowed the patient to kind of focus on himself again and continue healing.
Our national and local sponsors are so important to us. Today here in San Diego, we'd like to give a big thank you out to Epsilon for being our Kids Dash sponsor this year. Thank you.
And we're Zero Strong. Woo!
We may not be together this year in person, but bringing our Southern California run walks together for one special virtual event has been an amazing experience.
It really has. Here in the Coachella Valley, we're raising awareness about prostate cancer with a blood drive today. I'll be bringing you live coverage of that blood drive. So as soon as the show is over, stay tuned right here on Facebook. We'll be back.
And thank you to everyone watching. We hope we've inspired you to get out there and help us zero out prostate cancer.
So be sure to like and share this video. And from LA, Bakersfield, Coachella Valley, and San Diego, stay zero strong!
Zero strong!
Woo! Yeah!
Thank you for joining us for the Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk celebration. And a special thanks to our premier partner, AbbVie. To learn more about the Zero champions you've met today, Zero's programs, and how you can fundraise to zero out prostate cancer, head over to ZEROcancer.run. We hope to see you all healthy and in person for our 2021 Run Walk. And stay zero strong.